I hope you had a nice Christmas. Quiet perhaps, but nice. Be thankful for the safety of a warm dwelling, food, running water, and the security of having a place to call home. In our story today, Herod is on the hunt for the infant who would be king. Caught up in his own tyrannical fear of losing power, prestige, and control, he has ordered every male child under the age of 2 to be killed. Joseph is visited in a dream by an angel. He is warned to take his young family and travel to Egypt, because Herod is looking for the boy. He wakes Mary. They quickly pack up food, water, Joseph's tools, and set out for Egypt. Jesus safely tucked into a shawl wrapped around Mary. Leaving under the cover of darkness, the journey would have been dangerous. They likely traveled on the ancient trade road that paralleled the sea. It was no simple task they said yes to. Being the parent of any child is demanding, but being the parents of Emmanuel, God with us, is even more so. In saying yes to God, Mary and Joseph said yes to a life marked by risk and danger, and also filled with joy and challenge. Now they are fleeing in the middle of the night to travel to Egypt, a foreign land with a different language, not knowing anyone, or even having a place to stay. It is an experience many of us can only imagine. There is a story I read a few years ago on a Chipotle cup. It's called 2 Minutes to Run by Neil Gaiman. And some of you have probably heard me read it before, but it's a powerful story. And in the light of the continuing refugee crisis and how quickly lives change moment by moment today, it makes us stop and reflect. Neil writes, I am thinking about the fragility of civilization. Look around you, at the building you are in, the road you travel on. What you see was made by people who agreed that they would get up in the morning and go to work, and nobody would shoot at them or fire mortars at them. There would not be checkpoints at which they could be taken out and never seen again. That there would be food in the shops and water in the taps and shoes to buy and to wear. People who believe that the place you go to sleep tonight will be here tomorrow. There are now 50 million refugees. That's when he wrote this. There are now 79.5 million refugees in the world today, more than at any time since the Second World War. And at some point, for each one of those people, the world shifted. Their world, solid and predictable, erupted or dissolved into chaos or danger or pain. They realized that they had to run. You have 2 minutes to pack. You can only take what you can carry easily. You're going to have to walk a long way. You hope that somewhere, someone is going to take you in. I have started to think of humanity as a family that quarrels, but which must, when things get hard, put aside old arguments and divisions and care for each other. Sometimes someone needs somebody to take them in, and that's the function of family. It's time to care. Just recently, I've heard in the news, and these came off of BBC News, on December 23rd in Bosnia-Herzegovina, there were about 900 immigrants from South Asia and other regions struggling in bitter cold temperatures at a burned-out camp after being denied proper shelter. And in October, at least 140 migrants drowned after a boat carrying more than 200 people sank off the coast of Senegal. These are staggering numbers, and they're just a couple of stories. But I truly believe that in this world of division, of political strife, of a worldwide pandemic, God will make a way. Jesus humbled himself to share our humanity, to invite us into the divine life with him, of walking the way of love, the way of God. Mary and Joseph willingly said yes to God's divine plan, creating a way, yet putting themselves in a very precarious position. In this time in the world, in the quietness of your own heart, how is God speaking to you? Are you being beckoned, called, encouraged to join in God's divine plan? God is always with us and will make a way. It is the never-ending story that frames the history of the world. Amen.